Hi there, and welcome to this month's Dori Talks. First, I want to wish everybody a great Merry Christmas, a very happy holiday season, and I hope all your dreams will come true during this wonderful season that we all get to enjoy. So, today's Dori Talk is all about a force for good. As a matter of fact, a force for good is Dalai Lama's vision for the world, and that is more relevant today more than ever before, not just in general, but also as individuals, as a parent, a brother, a sister, a partner, an employee, or an entrepreneur. In this story talk, I'm going to focus on a force for good as an employee. So, do you ever wonder how your employees treat your guests when no management or no leadership is watching? I often wonder. So, you need to start by asking, are they going out of their way to help all of your guests? Are they going the extra mile to satisfy them? Are they shining? Are they a force for good? And that's exactly what we're talking about. So, as I go around and about my life, and as a business advisor, I'm always looking to see what types of experiences businesses and team members are actually delivering. And you know what? Most of the time, I come across average experiences, but every once in a while, occasionally, I'm impressed with some employees who deliver great guest experiences and services, even when the leaders or the management team is not watching. You notice immediately a sense of pride, commitment, dedication to doing good work, to being a force for good. So I want to share with you a story about Dawa, the young lady I met during my recent trip to Napa. As a matter of fact, this is a picture that I took while I was in Napa. Dawa is a shining star, a force for the good, the kind of person you definitely want on your team. I wish more employees were actually like her. So, 2 weeks ago, I met three of my girlfriends in Napa to relax, go do some spa treatments, visit wineries, and of course, drink wine and eat good food. We stayed at Le Meritage Resort and Spa. We arrived around 2 p.m. in the afternoon and we were hungry, but we did not want to eat a big meal because we had dinner reservation later that evening. So we saw this great outdoor courtyard at the resort with wine tasting areas to sit around, and they also had a small, nice, cute little shop where you can carry some food out. So we walked into the shop to buy some snacks. They had salads, different types of meat and cheeses. They had bottles of wine. So we started looking around, trying to make our decisions. There were few employees behind the counter when we first walked in. They kept telling us no to the things that we wanted, that things that we were requesting. We wanted to buy a big container of beet salad, and then we wanted 4 plates so we can share it. And they were telling us, no, we can't have those kind of plates. I'm like, why? So, not a big request in our eyes, but they said no. Well, it's not always black and white, you guys, right? There is gray. So, don't say no to simple requests. So, another employee heard the conversation and she came over with a big smile and said, "Hi, ladies," with huge enthusiasm. "I can help," she said. So we told her what we wanted, and she started pointing things out. She said yes instead of no. She took us to the wine selection, guided us toward the $100 bottle of wine plus. She gave us the beet salad and a variety of meats and cheeses, so we all agreed this was a good idea. So before she was done, I was paying her over $150 for snacks and a bottle of wine. So our plan was to go outside and eat because it was a beautiful day. The temperature was perfect. So Dawa gave us all of the plates, the napkins, the food, And then she gave us 4 plastic cups for the wine. So I looked at her and said, Dawa, I can't drink $100 bottle of wine from a plastic cup. She looked at me with sadness and she said, you know what, I'm so sorry, but that's all I have. So needless to say, I was very disappointed. I'm not a wine snob, but I do like to drink wine out of glasses. So our original plan was to buy the food and then go to the courtyard where they had several wine tasting places with very comfortable couches, real wine glasses. And she talked us out of it, saying that this is a much better value to do it the way she suggested. So, okay, we did. So going the extra mile is very important here. So watch what happened next. So we took the brown bag, filled with all the goodies that she recommended for us, and we went outside to sit down and eat. And sure enough, 2 minutes later, here comes Dawa holding 4 big glasses of wine. She said to me, I saw how disappointed you were and how you looked, so I went and got you 4 wine glasses. We all looked at each other with big smiles and thanked her for going the extra mile. So Dawa was the kind of employee everyone would love to have on their team, don't you think? Absolutely. She was so happy, positive, ready to help and make her guests feel happy. We had a great time, went on with our day, and had our dinner that night. You have to remember that consistency is a key. So the next morning, I went down for my morning cappuccino. It was a totally different cafe than the one I was at yesterday. So the place was packed with people. A line was out the door for coffee and breakfast. And guess what? Guess who was there running the show? Yes, it was Dawa. She was addressing all the guests, saying things like, thank you for your patience. We really appreciate you and we'll be right with you. She was helping take orders, helping her team. She was delivering food, making sure everybody was happy. I was so impressed. She handled the entire backup with such grace and calmness, all while keeping her team focused and moving to satisfy all their clients. She was a great leader. You can't help but recognize people like that. You know what I'm talking about. So the next morning, the same thing occurred. She was so consistent with her efforts, and I wanted to recruit her. When you see someone like that, you want to recruit them. So I went up to her and complimented her on her leadership skills, her passion, and drive. I told her, if you ever want to move to Florida, you have a job with me. So that's being a force for good. You see, a force for good is hard to teach. As a matter of fact, you probably can't teach. Dawa's character is embedded in her. So 3 days in a row with the same great attitude and outstanding service, even under pressure, in a hurry, any department they put her in, she carried on. She thanked me for recognizing her efforts and then gave me a review card so I can go and leave a review for her. And of course, I did. So why aren't more people like Dawa? She is a force for good. She has commitment. She has dedication. She's passionate. She's helpful. She's positive. She functioned well under pressure. She's a great communicator. Amazing. We all need employees like that. Employees of this caliber are worth their weight in gold. I'm sure you agree with me on that. Their contribution to the bottom line and to guest retention is amazing, not to mention the great reviews that you can have from it. It's so valuable to have employees like her. She is what I call an A player. And when when you find A players, you need to recognize them and keep moving them up the ladder. They will help you grow your business much faster and stronger than before. So I want to say congratulations to Dawa on being a force for good, a great leader, and an amazing employee. I will always remember you. So, do you know what your team is doing? So, from time to time, it's good to send in a secret shopper so to see how well your team does. And if you haven't, now is the time to do it so you can enhance your guest experience and make sure that everyone on your team is a force for the good. And that's at the end of the day, you guys, that's what it's all about. I want you to have an entire team with that force for good. It is the season to be good. It's the season to shine. It's the season to be happy. And I wish you all a great Christmas again, happy holidays, and let's all be a force for the good. Until next time, stay inspired.